Yo, what's good guys, it's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is definitely a personal favorite of mine. So today's story is about the time that a story took place within a story. So let's get into it. So today's story time all takes place March 8th, 2016. Yeah, I have an exact date on this story time because I literally made a video on the day it happened. The video is called The Greatest Scam on the Internet. It's actually one of my most viewed videos of all time, so pretty crazy that I was recording one of my most viewed videos of all time while this happened. But while I was recording that video, about halfway through, something happened, and I'm going to talk about it. So this all starts off like any other video back then. I'm recording it. I'm in my room, just like I am right now, recording the video, talking into a microphone, chilling, right? Now at this point, I live with my mom still. I'm still a teenager. I'm living at home with my mom. And while I'm recording my video, I start to hear this noise. It sounds like yelling outside. And I wish I fucking kept recording when this happened because I'd have a recording of it and it'd make the story so much better. But as soon as I heard the yelling, I stopped recording because I was like, all right, like if I keep recording, you're going to hear the yelling in the background and it's going to be annoying. So I stopped the recording, I delete the previous take, and I kick back in my chair and I just start waiting for the yelling to blow over, right? Because I just thought it was like my neighbors or something being noisy, maybe like, yelling outside of their family or something. Because sometimes my neighbors across the street would have like big family dinners and stuff. And when they were saying goodbye, they'd be yelling outside, like being super loud. So I figured it was just that, right? So I'm like, all right, let me wait till the yelling blows over. And whenever they leave, I'll go back to recording. But the yelling just keeps getting louder and louder and louder. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I peek out my window and I see my neighbors who live across the street, who are both pretty old, by the way. It was two women, okay? One was like in their later 50s, one was in their 60s. And they're fighting two other women that are significantly younger than them, probably like 20s or 30s, right? So two old ladies, two younger ladies beating on each other. And I'm staring out the window like, yo, this isn't real. I'm dreaming. I'm about to wake up any second and be like, oh shit, that was a crazy nightmare. And I quickly realized, nope, this is real. I need to fucking do something about it. So I jump up out of my chair. I run out of my room. My mom's in the kitchen. I'm like, Mom, there are people fighting in the street right now. And she's like, what? And she looks out there, she sees our neighbors fighting, she runs out the front door, I run out the front door, we run out to the street, we're trying to break it up, my mom and me, we can't break it up, they're like really just at each other's throats, they will not stop fighting. And here's the insane part, the old ladies are kinda crushing it, dude, I can't lie, the two older ladies are kinda like beating the shit out of these like younger people, and I'm like, what am I watching right now, like what is going on? And they're not breaking up. So my mom yells at me, she goes, go inside, call the police. So I run inside, I grab the phone, and I start running back outside, and I run outside to a sight that I did not expect to see. One of the older ladies has a bicycle, and she's using it as a weapon. I don't know how or where she got a bicycle in the 5 to 10 seconds I ran inside to grab my phone, but she did. She spawned a bicycle out of thin air, and she was proceeding to hit one of the other ladies with it. And I'm like, yo, what is going on right now? What is happening? What fever dream am I fucking living in? Anyway, I called the cops, and luckily the fight was broken up before the cops got there. My mom was able to stop them. My mom's a very strong lady, apparently, so shout out to my mom. I couldn't even stop them. I don't know what that says about me, but anyway, she broke them up, and the cops pulled up a few minutes later and talked to everybody, and we soon realized why the fight happened. And you're never gonna guess why this shit happened, okay? This is why the fight happened. So apparently, the older ladies, my neighbors, they baked cookies for the two younger ladies because apparently those two younger ladies had just moved in as well. They were like my new neighbors. They were living like 3 houses down. So I guess the older ladies across the street wanted to bake the cookies for the new neighbors and, welcome them in the neighborhood. And I guess they made peanut butter cookies and one of them was allergic to peanut butter. And when they found out they had peanut butter in them, they started snapping on the older ladies because they were like, hey, I'm allergic to peanut butter. You're trying to poison me or something? And the older ladies were like, no, like we didn't know. We're so sorry. And I guess they just didn't believe them. And the younger ladies started like fighting them. I don't know, dude. Like it just blew my mind. The more and more I learned about this situation, the more and more I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, what is my life? What is going on? Anyway, the younger ladies actually got like charged because they started the fight. Apparently they both like threw the first punches. So they got in trouble. They got like taken in and shit, like arrested. The cops checked the new neighbor's security camera and it had them throwing the first punches. So yeah. By the way, I asked for that footage. I was like, hey, anyway, I can get that footage too. Like, I have a YouTube channel. And they were like, no, what the fuck? No. So unfortunately, I don't have any fun footage of the fight, but I couldn't put it on here anyway. I'd get demonetized or probably striked or something. But anyway, the story time doesn't end there, okay? So after I get done dealing with that situation, I go inside and I go back to recording my video, right? Because I needed to get back to making my video. And about 10 minutes later, a cop pulls up to my house. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Why is there another police officer here? I thought the cops left. Why are they at my house? And the cop walks up to my door and knocks on it. And I'm like, what is going on right now? So I answer the door and the cop goes, hey, Austin, how you doing? And this was a cop that I'd seen before because the last 2 times I had been swatted, they had sent this police officer instead of like the whole SWAT team because the police station knew that it was probably just another swatting attempt, right? So I see this cop on my porch and I was like, oh no, am I getting swatted again? Like, what the fuck? And literally he goes, don't worry, you're not getting swatted. I was in the neighborhood and I wanted to come by quick and check on you, see how you're doing. So this cop was just kind of going above and beyond. He knew I had been swatted recently and he probably knew I was still shaken up about it or something. And he wanted to just make sure I was good. So he stopped by and just said, hey, well, he was in the neighborhood and wanted to make sure me and my mom and my family were doing all right after the multiple swattings. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Thank you for checking in. And we ended up just talking for a little bit. He ended up just asking me about how the YouTube stuff was going. He asked me how many views I get. He said he was really, really fascinated by it and how he wishes he could do that. And he said that my job was cooler than his, which was very nice of him to say. And he was just definitely one of the coolest cops ever, man. Just a sick ass dude. Anyway, after I talked to him for about 20 minutes, he, said peace out basically and went back to his cop duties. And I went back to making my video and I made my video and I got the video up. And now it's one of the most viewed videos on my channel. And you would never know. You would never know if you watched that video that any of this happened while I was recording it because I quite literally didn't bring it up at all. I actually almost deleted that video that day and restarted and did this story that day. But I decided to wait. I was like, all right, I'm going to record this video about this scam. And then after this, I'll tell the other story sometime soon. And I just never did. I had so many other stories that I told. I just never did this one. And here I am almost 10 years later talking about it. And it's a crazy one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Moral of the story is, don't fight people over cookies. If someone bakes you cookies and they don't know you have an allergy, that's not their fault for not knowing. Just tell them that you have an allergy and they'll probably make you some more without the thing you're allergic to. I still do not know why these young women threw punches at these older women. I just can't wrap my head around it being based on cookies. I just can't. I feel like there's gotta be some deeper meaning I didn't hear about, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Take his 401k and I'll put it on my wrist. Only why to sell my fit. Still I pop these pills and fuck my life up. Yeah, I'll take a